Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you all these princess cards that I have been posting on my Instagram and on my blog. I wanted to come and properly share them here on YouTube just to provide you all with some inspiration in case you picked up this kit or any of these products that I am sharing with you all today. I will say that a full list of products will be linked down below as usual, as well as on my blog, just a quick blog post with a drawn out list of everything featured on each card. So let's get right into it. All right, so the die set that I used is the small die of the month for the month of August. It is still available, but signups end around the 27th of this month. So if you would like to receive it, you better head on over and subscribe. And this is called the Breezy Swing. It creates such a cute girl that of course swings. So I created all of my princesses and the Barbie using this die set for the girl, but I did not use the hat. That was like the only die that I really did not use, along with the hello. I used some of the florals here and there, and I'm just gonna go through some of these cards. I used mainly embossing folders that I received from Spellbinders monthly through their embossing folder subscription, as well as a couple of dies that I picked up for the florals. So for this one, it was Barbie inspired, and this is a embossing folder of the month that I picked up. These flowers are this Simon Hurley and Spellbinders collab. It is the In Bloom flower set. They are simple to die cut out and put together. So I just did different colors of pink, and I of course went in and added some shading here and there. So we have my Barbie inspired card. I have a live action Ariel inspired card. I used the Spellbinders embossing folder on the back. And for this frame, this is an Erin Lee die, but when I went to check it out on her site, I guess it's sold out. I did not see it available anymore. So I will link it, but it may or may not be back in stock. But I love how she turned out, and I used different sprinklets and embellishments from my stash to decorate these. They do not have sentiments because I'm unsure of which ones I will be gifting, you know, as cards, and which ones my daughter wants to keep for herself. She loves these. So yeah, so for this one I embossed, and then I went in with some of the lunar paste in the gold color, and I just kind of rubbed it around. This is inspired by Princess Jasmine. I used color cardstock for most of my die cutting. In the center, I just went over that with the paste as well. And these florals are actually the large die of the month called Club Blooms from earlier this year, and it is available over on the Spellbinders site. Both of these dies, the Club Blooms and the In Blooms, are currently on sale. Buy one get one free over on Spellbinders. Again, I will link everything down below, but I wanted to let you know that because they are great to have in your stash. And I think it was mentioned on another channel that the Club Blooms will be going away, but it's such a versatile set of flowers that you can easily put together and create. Like this one, you can leave it alone or you can layer it up. You can create one big flower. So there's plenty of foliage and everything. So yeah, this is the Princess Jasmine one, and I used the this little piece here is to go around the hat. So I use that to create these headbands and tiaras that are pictured on the princesses. I use that to just add those little elements to the cards. Here is my Princess Tiana inspired card, again with those Club Blooms in the background. For each girl, I built each doll, and then I went in and added some highlighting with some alcohol markers, as well as my white gel pen, and then I just added little details here and there. So like Tiana's real dress, it has like the gathering of flowers that kind of go out, a spray of flowers from one side of her dress. So I just added that element on there, and she has a crown in her real Disney image, so I just made sure she had a headband. For Belle, I wanted to make sure I incorporated the navies and dark colors of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. So I made sure that I did her yellow gown, and it is 2 contrasting yellows. Most of these cardstocks are available through Spellbinders. A few of them are MFT, my favorite things. They are their cardstocks, excuse me. So again, I'll have everything linked down below, but again, it's embossed and there are different accents. And for this little piece here that goes around her waist, I used an older die from last year. This is the Day at the Beach. So this little hat, I used the tails from the hat to just make it look like she had tails on her dress. So each card I just wanted to accent and kind of make close to the character depiction that you usually see in images for these princesses. Here is Aurora. Again, a Spellbinders embossing folder, and I went over this with some white Ranger pigment ink just to bring out the lines on the background. I also added white details with a paint pen and a gel pen, and yeah, so there we have her. Here we have Rapunzel. I kept her simple. I didn't want too much of the purple to clash. This is actually a hot pink alcohol marker, but it looks more purple on this paper. And I wanted to make her hair look long, so I doubled up the hair image. We have an Ariel shaker here. I couldn't not have a shaker. I made sure I did one with her having a shaker. And I used some fun Erin Lee Creative cardstock for the bottom of her dress. Again, I added little details. And these are all Buttons Galore sprinklets. Some are available on Spellbinders, most on the Buttons Galore site, of course, but some are also available on scrapbook.com. And one of the fish sets had a little orange and yellow fish, so I just wanted to put that there to represent flounder. And I did a light inking over the background. I also added some glue dots and some of the clay pieces, so all of the shaker bits wouldn't always be at the bottom, kind of floated around. And last but not least, we have Cinderella. So I used that same chunky white paper from Erin Lee, and I just embossed it, and there we have it. I also used that In Bloom die set, and it was white paper, and I used my inks and alcohol markers to add color into these. I even went in and added her black choker. Her arms are actually white paint pen over this pearlescent cardstock. She has on her pearls. So I did go in and add some details, but I just wanted these to be some inspiration for you all. And I do have some of my leftover dies here, and I was just going to show you how quickly it is to put these together. Once you get going and you have a pattern or, you know, your process in place, then it's simple. So what I did was I cut out pieces. So this is how the dress looks glued together, but when you die cut pieces out, this is how they will look. And you'll also get that little headband piece from this blue cardstock. I don't have that here. I'm just using some of my leftovers. So if you wanted to glue this together, you would first do the dress. I also have some hair that I colored. This is how the hair looks. I colored it with alcohol markers, and I did die cut the hair out of some cardstock. It was actually scrap cardstock, so these lines aren't going to matter, but I did like having the lines underneath the hair, so it kind of adds a little bit of movement. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So you'll have the hair. When you cut out the face and the hair. You'll also get this additional piece, which you will pop in. We have one leg, and we have another leg, and then we have the two arms. So let's see if I can put these together kind of quickly for you all and give you some tips. So when you are putting these together, some things to remember is that you don't want to adhere the dress all the way around to the bottom of this, the bottom piece just yet. Wait until after you do the legs. Also, make sure that when you die cut, sometimes you can get away with not completely cutting out like maybe the tab of this, like there's an indentation that kind of shows you what will show or like how to line things up, but you can't do that when it comes to the hands. You need the entire hands because of how the indentation marks and everything line up. You're gonna need that. So just know that I like to work with scraps for, you know, small die cut pieces. So that was something I had to learn along the way. So anyway, so to put this together, again, this is the underlayer of the dress, and then I have this cut out of some sparkly paper that I picked up from Michael's. But when I am adhering this, I add glue along this bottom edge, and I'm using this artist glue from scrapbook.com. And then I also go in and I add glue just right there, and I am going to adhere my pieces. So there is this line here. There's also this slit here where your legs will go in. I like to do my dress first so I can kind of get a better idea of how everything fits. And I feel like because I'm doing this on camera, I'm gonna struggle more. But anyway, so because of where I added the glue, you'll have that little opening there. Not sure if you can see, but there's like a bit of an opening where I did not add glue. So grabbing your legs, you just want to add some glue here. And then line up the straight edge of the other leg to this one. And from here, I add a little bit of glue underneath. To put these in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it in just a bit and make sure the front leg is like up against the dress, but the back leg is under where that slit is. And you can play around with it. If you don't want too much thigh to show, you can slide it under even more. And I added glue. So there are the legs. And if you want to, you can always start gluing directly onto the underlayer instead of how I put the two legs together. But that's just what I like to do. All right. So then from there, I usually do the head. I always do the arms last. So for the head, what I do, there is the outline for where the neck is. And of course I overcolored, but this is just a scrap. So I usually add my glue onto here, and then I kind of slide the head into place, if that makes sense. And I'm struggling today with my nails. So that is how she will look with her head on, and I leave this part free. You can go back and glue it in, but I just usually leave that until I actually adhere the piece to the card. And from there, I just add some glue just to the top around the neck of the dress. And then I line the head and the dress up and press down. And as always, because it's wet glue, I can reposition however I see fit. And again, I overcolored, so it may look a little weird. Now for the arms, one arm is going to go on top of this little circle piece that is indented, and you have to pay attention to the thumb placement for these. So the shorter arm goes on this little piece, and I hold it in place because you want the thumbs to be up against the swing. And then for this arm, you get the longer arm, but again, make sure that when you die cut it, you have the entire arm. Because of this little peekaboo here, you don't want it to look like she's missing a bite out of her arm on her sleeve. You just add that on there. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you fully die cut out the piece. This is, again, a scrap, so I'm missing a few fingers, as you can see, but it lines up. And then when you add her to the swing, you're just going to put in this little small piece that also gets cut out. You put that over, so it looks like she's grabbing onto the swing. But how this hand looks, her thumb is on the outside, so it looks like she's grabbing on front to back. They're super simple to put together. Of course, it takes me longer because I'm on camera, but yeah. So that is what I wanted to share with you all today. Again, if you are interested in subscribing to this breezy swing kit that is available this month, head on over to Spellbinders. Also, if you love floral dies as much as I do with easy die cutting and putting together, then these are on sale for buy one get one free on Spellbinders as well. All right, guys, so that is all that I have. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.